Welcome, Chad. How are we doing today? Happy Monday, everyone. And for those of you in the US, happy Memorial Day. Hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. Hopefully, you guys had some great celebrations, some fun stuff that you guys did, whether it's on your own, with friends, with family, any of that stuff. But welcome on in, chat. We are back for yet another Lives of P live stream. All right, chat, let me go ahead and swap over. How's it going, everyone? Hope you guys are doing fantastic. Yeah, we are back for another live stream. It is almost 9:30 p.m., so definitely a late night stream. But that has been pretty typical for my channel for a little while now. I will say, just right off the bat, to give you guys some context and keep you guys updated, let you guys know. Earlier today, I want to say maybe starting around, maybe like 8 p.m. or like 7:30 p.m. In the evening, I started getting a headache, and I started feeling not very well. I started feeling a little bit sick, and I think there was a couple of reasons why. Reason number one is that, my body, right? So I'm someone where basically I really prefer warm weather and warm temperatures, right? I don't like being cold. Cold is a, temperature that I feel very uncomfortable in. And so, obviously that goes for the same thing where it's like, what season do you prefer? Do you prefer spring and summer, or do you prefer fall and winter? I'm definitely a spring and summer type of person. I would actually say maybe summer and fall, just because springtime can sometimes be a little bit cold since it's like warming up after winter season. But anyways, my body can get cold quite easily, right? I don't have a lot of like body fat that, is on my bones, and so I get cold very easily. And so in my room that I live in, right? I have hardwood floors. I don't have any carpet on my floors, right? And most of the time, my room is pretty decently warm. It's like, it ranges between maybe 60 degrees or 70 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's sometimes pretty comfy, pretty toasty, right? But there are times when, like, for example, when I have my door to my room, I keep it open sometimes. The air from the living room and from the other locations of the house, it kind of like flows into my room and it makes things colder. And then also, if I have, for example, my window open in my room, it invites cold air in. And basically, the entire day today, I think that my room was colder than normal. And the thing is, so I don't really know if other people out there do the same thing. I don't know if other people out there can relate to this or not, but in my own home, whenever I am not going outside, right? If I'm not traveling to, any outside destination, and I'm only staying home the entire day, typically speaking, I don't usually wear any like socks, on my feet. I kind of just like, live in my house walking around kind of barefoot, a lot of the time. Because to me, I feel like, why would I wear socks at home? And whenever I wear socks at home, I then later have to throw those socks into the washing machine and I have to wash them, right? Like, if I don't go outside, I don't really feel like I need to, I don't really feel like I need to wear things at home and kind of like make them dirty, in order to, live and in order to like do my business at home, kind of do whatever I normally do, lounge around at home, right? So a lot of the time I don't wear socks, on my own whenever I'm at home. And today was one of those days where, I woke up and I was like, well, I don't have to go to school or anything, therefore I don't need to get dressed. And so, I can wear my pajamas and just, be comfortable at home. So I was not wearing any socks. And, you know, during the day, I was kind of helping my family, helping my mom. We were attempting to set up the heater in my room, and trying to like make sure that we could install it properly and everything. So I had to kind of like help out with that sort of stuff. So that was one thing. And then the other thing that, I think did not help at all was that basically the entire day, I did not really eat anything at all. The only thing that I really ate was I had some candy, the kind of like sour candy that I showed off during my last stream, and I had some apple juice as well. And I'm trying to think, did I eat anything else? I don't really think so. Yeah, I didn't really eat too much. And the reason why is because, you know, so my family, we basically had only one, like, food that was already cooked and ready to eat. You know what I mean? Like there was only one thing that I could quickly, you know, throw it into the microwave and warm it up and eat it. And I wanted to basically give that food that we had, give it to my mom and make sure that my mom has food to eat, right? Um, and so, you know, I didn't really eat anything because I didn't really feel like I wanted to spend a whole ton of time, like, digging around in our refrigerator or our freezer and trying to find something that I could cook, you know, that would probably take me about half an hour, maybe an hour, to cook this food, right? So I was feeling a bit lazy. I was like, I don't really feel like cooking. So I didn't really eat anything, right? Now, so yesterday, last night, my mom ended up making some brownies, and she like used this recipe where instead of like normal regular brownies, it was cheesecake brownies. Apparently, that's what it's called. Um, and I could have eaten some of that if I wanted to, but I think the main reason I didn't is because, you know, the candy that I was eating, it was already like sweet, right? And I was drinking some apple juice, and apple juice is sweet. And so I felt like I did not really want to eat more sweet stuff. You know what I mean? So I didn't really eat a lot, but eventually, you know, I was kind of like told by my mom that I should eat the leftover food that we had. It was some leftover fried rice, and my mom was like, I will, you know, she was saying that she will eat some leftover soup that my other family members had cooked previously. And so, you know, she ate some soup and I ate the fried rice. And I will say that, like, after I ate the fried rice, I did feel better. But yeah, basically all of these different, you know, elements that happened throughout today, it kind of caused me to have a headache because I was like not, you know, taking care of my body, and also simultaneously I was like kind of on my PC playing video games, you know, and yeah, not really, just basically not being healthy. So I had this headache that happened, and you know, after a little while of the headache persisting, I was like, okay, let me take some medicine, because I thought to myself, if I want to stream today, I don't want to stream and have like this, you know, burning headache happening at the same time. So, you know, I took some medicine and I waited a little bit. And right now, you know, as we are live right now, I think, you know, I do have a little tiny bit of a headache. Like, I can feel my forehead is a little bit hot in terms of temperature. But it's not like, you know, severe pain that is causing me to feel terrible and, you know, be miserable, right? So I can manage it. But yeah, I do have a very slight headache. Wanted to let you guys know beforehand. And you know, I'm hoping that even with the headache going on, we can still enjoy the stream. We can still have a really fun time playing the game and you know, going through the boss fights, going through the new areas and stuff like that. But yeah. So, anyways, that being said, chat, I don't really think that there's anything else that I can share in terms of like new information. Nothing really else happened today that I can talk about. Yeah, it was basically just me and my mom trying to see if we can set up the new heater. Unfortunately, we did not get finished with it. We got like partially done, but we still need to continue onwards and finish installing it, because essentially what we need to do is we need to find a way to move the electrical wires so that they are in a different position to connect it to the heater, because the heater, the way that we are positioning it, it is basically in a different location to where the electrical wires are, so we have to kind of like, you know, move the wires in order to make sure the two things connect, right? And so it's a little bit of a nightmare. It's a little bit of a housework project, but we will figure something out. We'll find a way to make it work. But yeah. In any case, chat, let's go ahead and dive on in to today's little session here. We've got a wonderful boss fight coming up that I am very, very anxious, very, very excited to kind of like show off, basically, you know, how far we've come in terms of like suffering and dying to the boss, right? Because yeah, I think this boss that we are going to be fighting pretty soon here, this boss kicked my ass so many times in game, and I spent like way too long dying to this boss until I eventually learned it. And once I learned this boss, it became infinitely easier to, you know, deal with the attacks and whatnot. All right, let's see here. Okay, electric blitz. I like that. I like that. What's this over here? Hola, Osito. ¿Cómo estás? Hope you're doing well. Thanks for stopping by. Okay, I'll take that. Any other rare items around here? Nothing else, it seems like. Alright, it's opera time, baby. Ah, this place brings back memories. Memories, memories. Bye-bye. I'll take that. La 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 la. Okay. Things are getting a little bit cramped here. Yeah, gotta create some space and make sure that I don't get disrupted here. Seems like they're all stuck up there. Yeah, the poor spider lady. Let me create some space here, because, you know, for those that are not aware, the tiny puppets, right, the small ones, they get very noticeably weaker when they are far away from the spider lady. You can kind of see, like, the spider lady has these golden threads, and when the small puppets have the golden threads, they are stronger, they're more powerful. But when they don't have the golden threads on them, they are a lot weaker, a lot easier to deal with. Get over here. Come on. Yeah, so they're a lot weaker whenever they're further away from the spider. Okay, nicely done. Weak, okay. All good, but your stomach doesn't stay the same? That's unfortunate. Yeah, stomach pains are not good. Not good at all. Free chest. I don't remember what's in here. Maybe an amulet or maybe a weapon. Ah, it's an amulet. Okie dokie. This door doesn't unlock, right? I don't think it does. Okay, so we've got the shortcut unlocked, which is absolutely fantastic. And then... go up here. Okay. Easy money. then over here, we go through this way. Don't understand what caused it, but since you woke up, you've been dealing with the pain. That's really unfortunate, yeah.
Oh, who are you? You're not a puppet. Are you here to listen to my music? I can't sing anymore. This petrification disease took away my songs. Riddles. I was fooled by him. He said this place was a shelter. Patricia, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, we're not gonna talk about Patricia.
Oh, Patricia, I'm so sorry. I'm parched. Just a taste of fruit.
Okay. Back this way we go. Got Spider Lady over there. I'll take that. Okay, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Easy peasy. Okay. Okay, not bad, not bad. We survived that. Okay. Let's see here, chat. That's the good old statue. Drop down here, grab this item. I don't have a Trinity key. Okay, I do need to grab a Trinity key for sure. Okay. I wonder if there's a way. Nice. Yeah, if I can get these puppets, like, by themselves, that'll be ideal for me. we go. You know what? I think I'm gonna go upstairs. Because I think there's maybe a spider lady upstairs that I could kill. Assuming that my memory is correct. Adelina es una mala hermana. Not really, like, a bad person, I would say. I think, like, she is just, you know, kind of trying to do, the best that she can for herself. Which, you know, it may not be the, may not be the most, like, beneficial to everyone out there, but, I think she's trying to survive is what it comes down to. Okay, if I can separate this one from all the rest of them, that'll be ideal. Beautiful. Alright, alright. Okay. Nicely done. And go up here, grab this item. I remember I actually missed this item on my New Game Plus 1 journey, when I was, you know, in this area before. Yeah, I completely forgot to go up that ladder. And I had to go back, like, after the fact, you know? Bozos. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we are going to rest here. Then we're gonna go back this way. I do want to get that annoying butterfly that escaped. There we go. Okay, then we're gonna do that. I think we got everything. I think we picked up all the good items, the rare items, in the Estrella Opera House. So now we should be able to just beeline for the boss. Here's what we're gonna do. So, nope. Legion Arm, Aegis. All right, let's see here. Grindstone, Acid. All right, I think we should be good to go. Bye-bye. Okay. Let me see what I need. Honestly, I think I can take out this one and that one. I'm gonna take out that one. I don't think I need it. Just in case, I'll take that one. And then... Instead of Crystal Spear... Ooh, I might... Do I want to assemble a weapon? I probably could. That might not be a bad idea. Most recent. Will you play Expedition 33? So modified, hopefully you're able to translate this. Hopefully you understand what I'm, you know, explaining. But, for me personally, when it comes to playing video games, I really, really, really dislike turn-based games. I think that turn-based games are really boring and really just like the mechanics of turn-based games are like I personally just think that they're bad. That's the only way that I can describe it. I think that turn-based games, there's something about them that I do not enjoy, and it's just like I think it's because, you know, when you look at action RPG games, when you look at games like Dark Souls, or you look at action RPG games like God of War or Black Myth Wukong, right? All of these other action RPG video games that have these incredible combat systems, it makes turn-based games feel extremely fake and just like, you know, not enjoyable at all, not really, you know, good quality or anything like that. Um, so I'm not really, you know, the biggest fan of turn-based games. I would very much rather play typical action RPGs. Um, so, you know, I've said this many times, and I think I will continue to say this forever. Um, Expedition 33, I've seen other people play it. I've seen videos of it. I've seen live streams of it. I think Expedition 33, everything about that game is absolutely incredible. It is absolutely magnificent. I really, really love, you know, the story. I love the music of it. I love the visual art of the game, right? But the combat of Expedition 33 is something that I really, really dislike, and I don't think that it's good at all. So that's why I personally will not be playing the game. I would just highly recommend that, you know, people out there who, you know, many people who really like the game and really appreciate it, like, I think it's worth it for other people to experience it. But for me, I think it's something where I will just stick to watching other people play it rather than me myself. Yeah, it's not really my type of game in terms of combat. Everything about it is fantastic, though. I've seen a lot of gameplay of it, and it looks incredible. Yeah, yeah. So, all right, so we'll do that, and then if I equip this, okay, I'm still light load. That's good. That's good. Okay. 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 All right. Let's do this. We'll see how much muscle memory I have, chat. I always found that, you know, pose and whatever to be very creepy. Nope, bad timing. Bad timing. Okay. It's very interesting. I think the weapon that I'm using, which is the signature weapon for a nameless puppet, I think the timing of it is very slightly different in terms of when you're supposed to block, because I'm very familiar with the Azure Crescent Dragon Glaive, and I'm familiar with the timing for that, but not for this weapon. Alright, let's do this. Practice the timings. Good. I shouldn't have done a charge R2 there. Yeah, that one's a dodge. Yeah, dodge. Okay. My phase 1 needs to be a lot more clean, but I'm being greedy. I'm trying to go as fast as possible.
I have to kill you to stop it all. There's no other way. I'm burning up.
Nice. Good. Okay. I'm gonna be honest. I think it was probably better that I died there, because I know that I can do a cleaner fight. I know I can do a cleaner fight. I got hit by way too many really, you know, easy attacks in phase 1. And then in phase 2 was good. I did a pretty good phase 2, but it could have been even better, you know. Oh, okay. There we go. Okay. Okay. Nice. That was unlucky timing. Oh, that spins. I didn't know that. Okay. No, you don't.
I have to kill you to stop it all. There's no other way. I'm burning up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. I'm getting really greedy against this one.
It's gonna be okay. I'll be
Yeah.
with you.
Yeah, so that's one of the really tricky things about Romeo, is that when he does the spin move, so he does this, like, spinning slash, he can do an uppercut afterwards if you're close to him, so you need to be very careful about that. I think he does it if you are in front of him, but if you're, like, behind him or you're far away, he doesn't do that. Oh, wow, there's a delay there. Okay. Okay, I see. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
I have to kill you to stop it all. There's no other way. It's all going up in flames. Bright, white flames. It's all going up in flames. Bright, white flames. It's gonna be okay. I'll always be with you.
Okay. That is one of the big downsides of the weapon that I swapped to. The weapon that I swapped to is very, very short range. So that is like one of the problems with it. I think what I'm going to do is instead of using that weapon primarily, I'm going to focus on using Proof of Humanity, the Nameless Puppet weapon. And then whenever it's time to stagger Romeo, I think I'm going to swap over to the other weapon. Sure, why not?
I have to kill you to stop it all. There's no other way. It's all going up in flames. Bright, white flames. I'm burning up. It's all going up in flames. Bright, white, I love it. You or me?
Okay. Yeah, so in that scenario, it's really tough because what happened there is that, you know, I staggered Romeo, right? So I staggered him, and, you know, his poise reset back to full, right? So, you know, once you stagger him, his poise goes back to full, and then you need to continue hitting him more and more in order to build up his poise, and or not build up, but to break down his poise and decrease it more and more and more, right? So it's really tough because he immediately launched into the fire attack, and I was trying to stagger him in that moment, you know, hoping that I might be able to interrupt him from that attack, which is what you're, I think, technically supposed to do. But it's very hard to pull off if his poise bar is like super duper high. Okay. There we go.
I have to kill you to stop it all. There's no other way. It's all going up in flames. Bright, white flames. I'm burning up.
I don't know what happened there, chat.
Maybe this is what real freedom feels like. Thank you, Carlo.
There we go, chat.
Incredible! You defeated the king! I gotta think the puppets will have changed too, right? I mean, there's only one way to find out. Let's go backstage.
There we go, chat. Easy win. Yeah, so the biggest problem that I noticed during that fight was whenever I tried, so I staggered him that one time, I tried to do a critical blow, like I tried to, you know, take advantage of that and do like the critical attack against him, but the game didn't allow me to, even though I was in the right position. So that was very weird, very bizarre. I was not expecting that. However, yeah, I mean, thankfully we survived. Thankfully we, you know, were able to, yeah, we were able to heal up. We were able to not get absolutely one shot by Romeo. But I think that fight could have gone cleaner if I wanted it to. It was just, yeah, like very, very poor timing with, definitely with the first stagger. The first stagger, that one, I should have played it a lot more cleanly, but I kind of like panicked and I made some really bad mistakes there. But overall, it was a really, really good fight.
I'm glad you're safe. I was so scared I would lose my precious son. It's risky for me just being out here. Fortunately, you didn't need my help. I'm so proud that I got to see my son defeat the king. Hopefully the lesser puppets will die down soon. Now that the king is dead, the puppets have no leader, no direction. But the curse of the petrification disease still lingers. It's tough, but I know where you should go now. The Grand Exhibition. Rumors say the alchemists there have developed a cure. As a man of invention, I'm skeptical of the alchemists, both their science and their motives. But they may be the city's last hope. Won't you help me, son? Take this. You'll find it most useful. If it will help Antonia and the others, it's worth exploring. Go to the Grand Exhibition and see what you can find.
Okay. Sounds good.
What's going on? All these puppets look utterly down, depressed even. And that seems weird. That's weird, right?
Okay.
With their king dead, they seem lost. And again, maybe they're warning him? Whatever's happening. It's like they can't tell their elbow joints from their tail sockets. I'm not even sure they can function without the king to guide them.
Black box, this might be a weapon. Yep, it's a weapon. I knew it, I knew it. Alright. I don't know what is going on, but the dress is fucking up. The physics of the dress. How is it floating like that? It's so weird. Ah, yes. Okay. I think I need to go this way if I'm not mistaken. Okay, first floor key. That's what we like to see. That one's locked. Weird camera angle, but we work with that. One at a time, please and thank you. I had no idea that they kamikaze you like that. That's pretty interesting. Okay. Alright, alright. So, that guy, I need to take care of him first. Yeah. Yeah, I got a little bit too greedy and focused on the other small guy. No, it's not this way. It's this way. This place is like a maze, and I absolutely hate it. Really? So far, we're doing good, chat. There we go. Bye-bye. Where the heck did that guy come from? I do not remember him. Hmm. Nicely done. I think... Hmm. So this leads upstairs, right, chat? Yeah, this leads upstairs. And then we have this stuff, which is blocking our way. Yeah, I can't jump up there. What's up, big boy? Maybe I'm supposed to go up here, and then... No, this way doesn't look right. Okay. Strange. Yeah, very, very weird. So if I don't go that way, then I have to go somewhere over here. But I don't see a path over. Yeah, I'm definitely missing something, chat. This is one of the reasons why I'm not a fan of this area, is because it feels kind of like this, annoying maze that I don't really care about, you know? There we go. Okay. Took down that bozo. And I think... I don't remember if there's any other items here. Doesn't seem like there is. Okay, now we have our way out. Alright, I remember this. that door does not open. So I have to go up here. Easy money. Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Yep, come over here, buddy. We're gonna do a little bit of dancing. Nicely done. Come over here. Yep, I see you. Good old shortcut. Then we have a wonderful little merchant over here. How goes it, Mr.
Who are
Merchant?
you? A lost visitor? Or a looter who's arrived too late? You look like a stalker. I figured you were all dead. No offense. Stalker, visitor, looter, I don't care. Just buy what you need and leave.
Aye, aye. See, I'll buy this one. Perfect. There we go. Okay, wonderful. All right, so now, let's see here. Let's go ahead and teleport back to Hotel Krat. That way I can chat with the NPCs and grab my golden coin fruit. And then we'll continue on with this area. It's honestly kind of interesting. The, you know, grand, or not grand exhibition, but like the Lorenzini arcade. It is basically just like a side area that leads into the grand exhibition, right? And there's not really like a major boss fight or anything that takes place in Lorenzini arcade. It's kind of just like a really crappy area that you have to run through, is what it is. And yeah, I think honestly it's probably either my first or second most hated area of the game, right? Okay, so who do we need to talk to here? We need to talk to Polendina, Antonia, Vanini. Okay. Alright, so let's chat with Vanini.
Isn't this a cryptic vessel? Well, I would expect nothing less from you. What I mean, of course, is that this is a humble invention of mine. A cipher device. Once your information is locked in here, only you can get it out. Of course, once people realize the value of a truly unbreakable way to keep secrets, knockoffs flood the market. The trials and travails of true genius, forever copied, never credited. But I admit, even some of these knockoffs could still hold secrets. You're welcome to take a crack at, well, cracking it. Who knows? It could lead you to something truly valuable. Or at least more practical.
Decipher cryptic vessel.
No trouble at all. I almost consider it my oldest hobby. Trust me, I won't let you down. There we are. A deciphered cipher just like, well, just like I used to make. If you ever need me to help you decode another message, I'm at your service.
Thank you, Vanini. Very nice. Okay.
I heard you defeated the King of Puppets. Amazing. The puppets appear lost without their leader. They have no purpose, no focus. To think one can have so much control through ergo waves. If we don't determine who or what is causing it, this could all happen again tomorrow. I fear I must call upon you again, my friend. Please gather records of the puppets' ergo waves while you're defeating them.
Okay, sounds good. Will do. Alright.
I always
I'll swap this one to fire just very quickly. Let's see. Leaving early because now your head hurts, but we'll leave you the view. Gracias, I appreciate it, modified. Hope you rest well. Yeah, I'll chat with you later.
Oh, it's you. Come closer, won't you? When you reach a certain age, it's a comfort to reflect on old memories. That's a portrait of me when I was young. I was so feisty, so fearless back then. I loved the world, and the world loved me back. The passion of those days is long gone, but I still dream of those memories. I'm curious what your young eyes see. Is there any resemblance between me and that portrait?
Of course.
It seems Geppetto even taught you good manners. Yes, those beautiful memories are still vivid in my mind. Time and the memories that fill it are all we have. I hope you're making some good memories of your own. They may be a comfort to you someday.
Okay.
People have thanks for keeping.
Alright. Let's go and chit-chat with good old Polandina, who I believe is out here, if I'm not mistaken. What's up, buddy?
Welcome, good sir. At last, we speak frankly, instead of with professional reserve. I have something to confess. Something involving your unique perspective. I am a puppet whose ego has awoken. I don't know exactly why, and we need not dwell on the details. Instead, I wish to dwell on the welfare of Lady Antonia. I adore Lady Antonia. It is a presumptuous feeling for a puppet to have, to be sure. I have no intention of putting myself forward, of course. However, I cannot watch her die. It's too painful. Thus, I need your unique perspective. You exist somewhere between human and puppet. Can a puppet and a human fall in love? Have you ever met a puppet who loves a human? It exists indeed. An unbelievable love, to be sure, with a wedding ring as its symbol. I fear even trying to pursue such a splendid happiness. I have no intention of telling her, of course. It wouldn't be proper to burden someone so frail. If I may be frank, this is better than I dared hope. Even if you are telling me a sweet lie, I shall savor it. Thank you. It was wise to confide in you. Thank you for granting me that wisdom.
Okay, alright, alright.
No matter what fate brings us, I will be at Lady Antonia's side. Serving her is my duty. The very reason I was created. Welcome to Hotel Krop. How may I be of service?
Very nice. Very, very nice, chat. So, we grabbed our golden coin fruit. Let's continue onwards. Teleport. Lorenzini Arcade. Getting closer and closer to the end of this area. Eventually, at some point. Okay, there we go. Such hilarious ragdoll physics. I love it. Okay, this one up here is a shortcut, I remember. Back down we go. Alright, and then let's see if we can go this way. Because I believe this way has some, like, treasure items that we want. Gotta be very careful with the grabber. Okay, that big guy is really annoying. I don't like him. There we go. Dead and dusted. Okay. Grab the chest. Did not really need that weapon, but I'll take it anyways. Open the door. Okay, and then now, let's see. Which way did we want to go, chat? I think it was somewhere over here, right? Yeah, I think this was the direction. I remember this part very, very well. Okay. Appreciate the help from the carcass enemies, but yeah, I am not gonna become carcass food for you guys. Balance crank, okay.
Isn't the old woman of the venerable lady looking for some wine? You know, like the wine you've got?
Nicely done. Poor dude. Got locked away all by his lonesome self. How you doing, buddy? Man, nice talking to you. He's a very chatty individual.
Hello? Is anyone there? Calling any and all stargazers in the vicinity. Please respond. Over.
I don't actually remember if any of these places are open, chat. I don't think that they are. Okay, perfect. Let me rest here and talk with Vanini.
Can you hear me? Really? Eviva, it actually worked. This has to be how the King of Puppets did lets him control them. I can't believe you can transmit your voice through ergo waves. What a brilliant discovery! And you'll never believe what signal I've picked up over the ergo. A cry for help from the Grand Exhibition. Somehow someone survived. I'm suspicious too, but you have to investigate. What if it's some trapped innocent?
Okay, alright, alright. Do I want to continue using Aegis here? Let me think. So if we're going to the Grand Exhibition, a lot of the enemies there, I think, are puppets, so electricity would be probably best against them. Okay, yeah, let's do Fulminous. And then Grindstone. Do we want to continue using fire? Let's swap to electricity for now. And then we can change it if we need to once we head on over to the Grand Exhibition. Freedom at last.
The Grand Exhibition theme was automatic puppets and City of the Future. The plan was to showcase and demonstrate the most advanced technology in Krot. But you know the rest. You can't hold an exhibition in a city that's fallen into utter chaos. And now the whole city is an exhibition of a nightmare.
Oh, Gemini, you and your flair for the dramatic. Bye-bye. Alright, so there's nothing else here that we didn't pick up. Okay. Easy money. I do remember up ahead that there's a dog that's kind of hiding up there, so we're gonna wait. We're not gonna go too much further and aggro it. We're gonna do it one at a time. Okay, not bad, not bad. Easy money there. Okay. Any other items around here that I can pick up? Nice, I'll take that. And then we go around here, and there's a dog that's hiding. Hello, dog. Nicely done. And then here, we go up, and it'll lead us to the Grand Exhibition, baby. Definitely a very silent ride whenever Gemini is not narrating, right? Okay, so down we go. And let's see here. Grand Exhibition. Open the doors. And unlock the Stargazer. Okay, let's see here. Level up. Not bad, not bad. Very, very nice. And then, let's see here. I suppose we just head straight on in, chat. Interesting how he doesn't aggro if you go behind the desk. That's actually good information to know. Alright, so we don't want to mess around with these robots. These are probably some of the worst enemies in this area. So we don't mess around with them. Okay. Oh, wow. He goes all the way. That is quite impressive. Okay, okay. I think there's also an item over here that I probably missed, so let me go and grab that. Very nice. Man, yeah, that big robot certainly takes a very long time returning back to its, the, like, area that it patrols. Okay, so let's go over here. Free butterfly, I'll take that. Let's fight this dude, shall we? I think fighting him is probably a good idea in order to unlock the shortcut. Easy money. Alright. Let's go, chat. Not bad. Ooh, that has a long reach. Okay. Bye-bye. Nice knowing you, bud. Okay. So let's go ahead and we'll rest here. Then we'll take the shortcut pathway so that we don't have to deal with all those bozos over there. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you over there. Absolute clowns of enemies. Wow, okay. So basically my sword ended up hitting the railing, which it shouldn't have, but it did, and that completely fucked things up. Okay. Let's see here. 109, 108, 109. Okay, okay. (104, 102, 98, 97). Okay. I'm gonna do that, and then let me go ahead and put the sharp pipes up here. There we go. Wow, this guy's tanky. There we go. Five of them. Wow. Yeah, they absolutely scaled up the health of these enemies.
What's going on?
Okay.
What's going on?
Drop down here.
I get the puppets, but what are the monsters doing here? Don't come any closer. Oh, you're not one of them. Are you here to save me? Those grand exhibition jerks are not to be messed with. Especially after they took that drug. Then there are those biological experiments. Oh, how horrid. I can't reveal everything, but suffice it to say that I can escape on my own if you clear the way a bit. Please, wipe out all those mongrels. Please, wipe out all those mongrels. It'll be easier to breathe once that horrid Victor's been taken out. Once you're done, I'll see you at the hotel. Please, it'll be easier to...
Sounds good. Sounds Gucci. Okay. I'm gonna remove that one, remove that one. Okay. Which way is he gonna go? Okay, he's gonna go that way. Okay, nicely done. And shortcut unlocked, baby. That's what we like to see. Alright. So, acid abrasive, very nice. don't need to go there. Let's just continue going this way, chat. Okay. Let's get these guys to, chase me up here. Wow, he completely dodged my attack. Okay, did they lose aggro? I think they might have. I don't hear any footsteps or anything. Okay, he's gone. Yep, come over here. Nice. Okay. So, it fell down, which is exactly what we wanted. And now, we can freely run through this area. We got really lucky there that the enemies seemed to have gotten stuck, and yeah, was basically just up against the wall, slamming into it.
Another fine day in the city of Krog, but I wonder, my friend, just where you've been? Ah. If your goal is to study the human condition, there's no better way than my riddle position. You know how it is. It's time for a quiz. Today's riddle might have you over the barrel. But get this one wrong and you will be in peril. So, answer correctly or tango with danger. But when you quiz with the king, danger's no stranger. Now, listen closely and heed the king's speech, or the answer to this one will stay out of reach. Think about this. Whatever it takes. What cannot be used before it breaks?
Good question.
Correct! You were once such a fool, yet you've gotten so clever. I'm as happy as a parent. In this city, there are those who wish to crack the shell and be reborn. How about you? Can you awaken and break free of the shell that is your puppet's body?
Good question.
Oh, it's a frightfully difficult question, huh? So, I'll reward you with a hint. At the grand exhibition, you now must behold all 10 fingertips of the woman of cold. Look close before she escapes your notice. Then I'm done with you. Mostly.
Nice. You know, the very first time I heard that hint that he gave at the very end there, I thought he was talking about the NPC. I thought he was talking about Belle. And, you know, I thought that what he was saying is if you look at Belle's fingertips, it will show you that she has the petrification disease. And so that's what I thought the hint was referring to. However, that is actually not correct. It is for this little statue over here instead. If you do this, you get a Trinity key. So very, very clever little riddle. And I like how, you know, they kind of put this almost immediately after the telephone booth. So it's like, you know, not annoying to try and find the location that you're supposed to use that hint, right? Come over here, you big dingus head. Okay. Nicely done. We did get really lucky there, you know, not getting hit by any of the bullets on accident. So good shit, good shit. Okay. Do I want to mess with this guy? Probably not. Probably not. Okay. There we go. Alright, we somehow survived. And we got maybe an amulet or a weapon. Oh, a Legion plug. Okay, okay. Yeah, to be completely honest, I don't really need Legion plugs. However, I kind of thought about it, right, chat? And I was like, you know what? What if, you know, in the DLC, right? Because obviously there's going to be new content being added to the game. What if in the DLC there's more Legion arms to unlock? And having Legion plugs available, you know, to spend is exactly what you want. So whenever I realized that, I was like, oh shit, that's not a bad idea. All right, let's see here. Ooh, good one. Good one. There we go. Legion caliber. Let's fucking go. Okay. So, let's go over here. I actually didn't even realize there's an item hiding here. Shot put. Okay, that's a really nice item. Really, really nice to have extras. So now we go this way, and we have unlocked the shortcut to Victor. Sturdy crowd supply box. Let's fucking go. And then, you know what? Okay, why did Pinocchio hit the other guy when I was barely clearly targeted onto this guy? See, like just now. What the fuck just happened? That was like one of the most bizarre interactions I've ever had. Very interesting. Alright. Let's see here. We're gonna level up. Nicely done. And then what do we want to do now, chat? Let's see. I think we should probably go back to Hotel Krat. Grab the... Where is it? The golden coin fruit, as well as turn over the Krat supply box, right? And then we should be ready for the Victor fight.
Antonia's condition is getting worse. I knew it would come to this. The petrification disease locks people inside a cage, inside their own bodies. We're all safe, thanks to her sacrifice. But I wish for a miracle to save everyone. Me as well. The portrait hanging in Geppetto's room. It looks very much like you. I sense something strange. Something like the changes you're going through. The sort of thing you'd read in a fairy tale. Go to Geppetto's room. You should see it for yourself.
Okay, alright.
You're back. I was so worried when you marched off to fight the king. But it's a necklace from the Mona Charity House. They took care of orphans and impoverished children from across Krat. Many of those children grew up at the Rose Estate and became alchemists, technicians, and stalkers. I hope the king didn't harm any of them. Or don't tell me. The king's ergo is actually... Are you okay? You look ill, ever since I mentioned the necklace. My heavens, you look...
It is I, Carlo de Pinocchio.
You're changing. You're becoming something more than a puppet. Almost human. If this is what you want, just keep behaving, keep feeling like a human does. You might just hold the true secret of ergo.
Okay.
I'll use my power doll.
Alright. So let's chat
No
with
matter what fate brings, serving Harkham to
Polendina.
Hatter. This is a supply box, officially approved by the city of Krat. I shall open it and add it to the hotel shop. Many thanks, good sir.
Okay.
No matter what serving Harkham to...
Purchase. Quartz, absolutely. I don't really need a Legion caliber, but I will buy one anyways. And I probably need to, yeah, I probably need to use some of my ergo fragments that I've been saving up. Let's see here. I'm gonna use... $6,000? Maybe that's enough? Okay, I don't think I need to buy anything else, at least not right now. Let's go over here. Nice. Okay, and then I'm gonna check and see whether there are any quartz upgrades that I want to get. Yeah, we'll see if there's anything valuable that I want to unlock. I have 5 quartz, okay. Add Legion arm slots. Pulse cell recovery. Weapon slots. Fruit bearing time, pulse cell recovery. I'm gonna choose this one, chat. I'm gonna choose this one, because the thing is, while, you know, more weapon slots and more Legion arm slots, like, that has utility, that has a usefulness to it, I feel like a lot of the time in, like, boss fights, for example, I'm not really using more than 2 weapons or more than 2 Legion arms, right? Honestly, I would say that a lot of the boss fights out there, I basically just use one weapon, and then if hypothetically I do use multiple Legion arms, I don't think I need more than 2. I think 2 is plenty enough. So while those 2 upgrades are not, you know, useless, I think that they are not high priority. And I think that probably this one right here, for survivability reasons, is a better choice to prioritize. But yeah. Okay, let's see here. So what do we want to do? Attack from behind, maximum HP, durability at maximum, staggered duration. Let's do attack from behind, chat. Even though, you know, there's not like a ton of bosses that you can easily get behind and strike them many times from behind, I think that this will still be beneficial for, you know, not just bosses, but also the open world area as well. So let's go ahead and grab this one. Okay. Then we're gonna do lower damage while dodging. Reduces stamina consumption of dodge when discharged. Lowers damage while dodging. Also recovery, lower damage while dodging. I'm going to take this one right here, chat, because, you know, in this game, there is an amulet that is so incredibly valuable, like such an amazing amulet to have, where when you have it equipped, it will allow you to be completely immune to all normal status effects, right? All normal attributes. However, that does not apply to special attributes. That's, you know, talking about break, talking about shock, talking about disruption, and I think there's a 4th one. Maybe there's not. Maybe there's only 3. But, yeah, basically all of these special, you know, special attributes or special status effects that are even more dangerous than the normal ones, you are not 100% immune to it, right? There's no amulet that gives you that ability. So I think I'm going to grab this one because being more resistant to these special attributes, the special status effects, I think that is extremely valuable here compared to, you know, the other choices that we have. The other choices are not horrible, but I think this one is the most valuable. Okay. Charge Legion when eliminating an enemy. No. I'll take this one. Lower stamina consumption when discharged. Yeah, whenever, you know, we have no more pulse cells left, I think that, you know, being able to manage our stamina properly is a very valuable thing. It's you know, something that we want to focus on for sure. So this is a good ability to have. Okay. And then all right. I think I'm going to grab that one. I think that's probably the best move to make. Yeah, I'm gonna grab this one because the reason I'm thinking about this is one of the like valuable items that exist in this game. You have these grindstones, these special grindstones that will grant you, you know, acid, electric, or fire attack, right? And you have the 2 grindstones that you know, every single time that you rest at a Stargazer, it refreshes and it loads, right? Then you have the other ones which you buy from merchants. You buy them from NPCs, and those ones are categorized as consumables. And so I'm thinking that this upgrade should affect those consumable grindstones and make them last longer. And so if that's the case, then this is a very, very, very good consumable or very good like P-Organ upgrade, right? So yeah, let's do this. Okay, very nice, very nice. All right, so I think, let me see here. Pulsar recovery, fruit bearing time. I think maybe this one might be the next one that we upgrade. And then after that, we go back to these ones here in Phase 6 and Phase 7. And focus on upgrading those. It might not be a bad idea. But I think this one is a pretty valuable upgrade to have. So we can probably take this one. Okay. Alright.
Oh my. This is a change I didn't expect. Did the King of Puppets get you? Or some other ruffians? I'm glad you're growing, but I'm not sure what to make of this. Be wary of dangerous people. And always be a good boy for me. Ah, I'm glad you're here, my son. Have you seen that painting? I can't believe my eyes. It's almost as if something is growing out of the portrait. I remember commissioning that piece from an artist named D. Gray. Like all artists, he was eccentric. He claimed that a painting could harbor a living soul. But how can that happen? Just like the fairy tale. Forgive a foolish man his ramblings. Perhaps the seed of its growth was there all along. I know you're curious, so see for yourself. I have my work to keep me busy. You don't remember much. Ask me about areas.
Cool. Awesome.
I can't predict how you'll change. How do you proceed?
Yeah, well, I know that you're trying to revive your dead son, but, seems I've thrown a wrench into your plans. Alright, let's see here. Let's go ahead and visit Rosa Isabel Street to give the wine to the fancy old lady. And then after that, we should be ready to take on Victor. Yeah. Okay.
Ah, la oui. Even in the bottle, it has a distinctive shade of red. Oh, thank you, young one. Every step is a struggle when you have the petrification disease. But this glimmer of happier days is priceless. Oh, I almost forgot. Speaking of price, here's what I can spare. Please, take it.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, thank you. Alright. Let's go back to the hotel, because I know that we can talk to Pulcinella about the commemorative coin. Okay. Pulcinella, where are you? There you are, buddy.
At the House of Venini. Strike a light. You found a commemorative coin dating from the founding of the Venini Foundation. The Foundation is a sort of fan club, sir. A very limited number of these were minted for the original members. Well, once Master Venini established himself as the Prince of High Society, his popularity skyrocketed, and his signature coat and glasses were mass-produced. This is one of the originals, however, from the limited run. Take care of it, won't you? You have restored Master Venini's lost collection. You've earned this small token of appreciation, sir. Thank you.
Very pog. Very poggerinos indeed. Alright. Let's see here.
You know that stalker? The Hound? Is it true you brought him here? Wow, I didn't know he was still alive. Thank heavens. I haven't seen him in person, and I don't know how I'd react. How do you thank the man who saved your life? I'm so glad that someone so kind has reached safety. And speaking of safety, please take care of yourself out there.
Okay.
You're not the only one who's curious. Most people get around to asking where I'm from. My looks give it away, don't they? Suffice it to say, I'm from the country of the morning, beyond the ocean. But I wouldn't be much of a tour guide. All I know about it is their weapons. My family was a house of weapons specialists. It's quite a reputation to live up to. They almost took charge of planning for the grand exhibition. But that's their reputation, not mine. And they deserted me when I was little. I don't even know who they are. And my reputation is my own. I suppose my only connection to them would be weapons. So I'm an orphan, and that hardly makes me exotic and crot. Can I help you with anything else?
Okay, let's see here. Let's do assemble weapons. I'm gonna go ahead and disassemble all of these ones. Let's see here. So we want a fire weapon, right? Okay, and then if I swap to Salamander Dagger, yeah, it deals less damage. Okay, okay. Alrighty then.
I know my way around.
Okay. I don't remember if there's anything that I need to chat about with, Alidoro, but let's see here.
A great weapon calls for...
Okay, yeah, so there's nothing. Fantastic. Okay, okay. So chat, let's see. I think we're ready. I believe we are ready, chat. Okay. Perfect. All right. Fire and fire, baby. That is what we like to use against Victor. Let's see here. 109, 107, 107. Okay. I don't really think that the carcass body fluid is going to be very effective against him. So maybe what I do is I just go ahead and waste these. And then having those just in case is a smart idea. Okay. Do we want to take another weapon? I could try taking this weapon and seeing how it does. It's not a bad idea. I could try it out. Although maybe testing out, you know, this weapon, the Proof of Humanity, with the grindstone, would be a better use of my weapon, you know. Okay, let me go ahead and rest. I did not think that I would actually get hit there, but lo and behold, I did. Nicely done. Alright. So we go up here, and we tackle the boss fight, baby. This boss is by far, I think, my #1 favorite boss in the entire game. Such a well-designed boss. Alright, here we go, chat. First attempt, let's see how we do. God, I love this guy.
Is where evolution becomes real. Period. I am Victor, the champion. Open your eyes. Gaze upon the new world.
Okay. Okay. Doing good so far, chat. Took some hits, but we're doing good. Nice. Good. Okay. Okay. Okay.
It's not over yet. I am the chosen one.
Good. Good. Okay. Okay. Here we go, chat. Phase 2, baby.
The new world belongs to us. It's not over yet. I am the chosen one.
Oh, there's the follow-up. Okay. Good.
It's not over yet. I am the chosen one.
Ooh. Okay. Good. Not bad. Okay. 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 Wow, okay. Okay. There we go. First try, baby. First try.
Why be humble? I am evolved. A better man.
And she took that personally. Hello there, worst boss of the game. Hello there, Mr. Villain.
I'm surprised you defeated Victor. Geppetto's creations are truly marvelous. Ah, but where are my manners? My name is Simon Manus, a leader among alchemists. I've known your father for a long time. We used to be colleagues, you know. Geppetto didn't understand that the petrification disease can strengthen humankind. Locked into conventional thinking, I'm afraid. But even he can't stop such a magnificent discovery. It's the door to a new world. You've seen this place with your own eyes. Truly inspiring, is it not? What do you suppose our cure has created here? I have to admit some surprise. I didn't expect you to be as rational as we are. I'm impressed, even if it's a lie. I'm sorry I underestimated you for being a puppet. You're open-minded enough to hear the truth about the petrification disease. The disease does not signify death. It's the process of purifying a person's essence. A purified human who overcomes the petrification disease will gain a strengthened body and a mind free of lies. The essence is ergo. Yes, the ergo you use as your power was once a human being. Our undertaking is to help others experience this purification through this elixir. Truly, it's an honor. Ergo's power can do even more. In the hands of the awakened, its abilities are limitless. We already have the means to control that power. Power beyond your imagination. So while you wallow in a pathetic past, we step forward into humanity's future on the Isle of Alchemists. You're welcome to come to the island and witness our triumph firsthand. Or perhaps you'll make a futile effort to stop us. Maybe the Saintess statue can help you. In any case, good luck. Standing against evolution must be exhausting, not to mention demoralizing. Keep your chin up, puppet, and I'll see you soon. No one can say that Simon Manus, leader of the alchemists, isn't hospitable.
Very, very nice chat. Easy victory. Hell yeah. That was a clean fight. I will say, I think that, you know, we did get hit. Maybe... How many times did we get hit? I think quite a few times, right? And, you know, I would say maybe like 2 or 3 times was how many times we got hit without even being able to block, right? Like just purely getting hit. And I think that both of those mistakes, or, you know, however many it was, all those multiple mistakes that we made, not blocking at all, they easily could have been avoided. So it would have been really cool if I was able to do the Victor fight without without getting hit before I could block, right? You know, without taking like a massive, huge chunk of HP from my character, right? But overall, I think that was a very, very clean battle. I think we did a good job, and I'm quite happy about that. So yeah, easy first try. I'm very, very pleased. Okay, so let's level up. Nice, level 100 capacity. 390 is our equip load right now, our max equip load. I actually don't know if you can go higher than 100. I think that according to the Wikipedia page, 100 is like the maximum, I believe. So yeah, that's pretty damn cool that we hit 100. I like that a lot. So hypothetically speaking, chat, if capacity is maxed out and we cannot level it further, then I think what I'm probably going to do is I'm just going to focus on leveling technique, and I'll probably get technique to maybe level 50 or level 60, and then after that we can work on advance. I think getting advanced to, you know, level 50, level 60 is a good goal to have. So yeah, but overall, really, really dope stuff. Let me see here, 4 out of 8 on the golden coin tree. Let me teleport back to Hotel Krat, because I do think we have some dialogue options. And then, yeah, we can continue onwards. And we go on to... I think we go on to Barren Swamp next, if I'm not mistaken. I think so.
Lady Antonia has heard about the Grand Exhibition. She realizes their cure is meaningless. Her illness has worsened. Perhaps because she lost hope. I fear we might lose her soon. Lady Antonia cautions against it, to be sure. But I still believe the gold coin fruit is our last hope. I have heard about an alchemist who knows how to use that most miraculous of medicines. Please find a way to treat her.
Will do. Will do, buddy. Alright. I believe Eugene has some dialogue for us?
Will you do, me a favor? For once, it's not difficult or dangerous. Just give this to Alidoro. I'd give it to him myself, but he's in the barren swamp now. He'll understand the significance of this gift. I know. Just do this for me, and I'll be grateful.
4-fingered glove. Will do.
I know my way around.
Will do. Alright, let's see here, chat. I think what we need to do is we need to grab our golden coin fruit. We need to have a chat with Giangio. And afterwards, I think we go back and talk to Polandina again.
How's the cure for the petrification disease coming along? Glad you asked. It's going well, thanks to you. Sadly, it cannot cure everyone completely. Victims who have progressed too far have already lost organ function, and there's no way to restore that. Even if we eliminate the petrification disease, they won't last long. Their passing might be less painful than petrification, though. Are you sure? I can make a cure, Mr. Stalker, but I leave the choice to you. A longer but painful life, or a quicker but peaceful end. I'll make the cure if you give me 1 gold coin fruit.
Okay. There we go.
The cure isn't exactly stable. Give it to the patient as soon as possible.
Will do. Alright, chat, so let's go over here. I think we chat with Polandina, and then we should be done, because I think Polandina will administer the cure himself.
I believed in you, and my belief has been rewarded. She can be cured. It feels like a dream. The possibility of imminent death, though. Why won't pain ever leave her alone? I cannot make this choice. Every option is painful. I cannot know what's best for her. What would you choose?
Use the cure.
Yes. I suppose ignoring her pain wouldn't be right. Thank you so much. No matter what happens, I will accept it. I will administer the medicine. Please accept this token of my gratitude.
Very, very nice.
No matter what, serving her, welcome to...
Okay. Fantastic. So now, let's see here. Now we can go to... Yeah, let's go here. And I'm also going to unlock the door to the Saintess of Mercy statue. Even though we don't really need it. I don't think I'm ever really going to be using it, at least for, you know, resetting my stats. Having it open is still, you know, a beneficial thing. So we're going to go this way. And let's see, we run up here. Okay. And then straight through here.
Sorry to startle you. It seems that the power of the listener within me, the power to hear ergo, is getting stronger. It's powerful enough to send not only my voice, but even illusions. Maybe it's because of the power of this Saintess statue. I came to you because I wanted to tell you about Simon. The terrible things he does. I should have told you about Simon earlier. But it's the sort of thing you have to see to believe. He is the most dangerous man in Krat. He spreads mayhem and death for a delusion he calls evolution. Simon wants to evolve a new world in Krat. A horrible future, even worse than the disasters we already face. That's why I woke you up. If you can't save Krat from Simon, no one can. Find the Isle of Alchemists. Someone must know how to get there. I will help as much as I can, of course. Please, save Krat.
Okay, very nice.
Whatever choice you make, I shall wait for you. That is why I'm a listener. To bear witness.
Alright. Forwards we go, and then I believe this is where we meet Red Fox and Black Cat.
The Isle of Alchemists. According to the guide, Vanini visited that place. That's something, I guess.
Why, hello there, you two. Fancy seeing you here.
Ciao, Bello. It seems you and I share a strong connection.
Talking to an alchemist is like talking to a brick wall. That's also an alchemist.
Brother, you should say hello to your friend. But it is true that we are in something of a bind. We're going to need to consult with our old friend.
You got that right, sister. Our pal is sure to help us. We didn't behave that badly at his last shindig. I hope.
A moment, please. My young brother here is slowly but surely losing his very sight, his windows to the world, to a terrible, slow-working illness. That is why I seek the gold coin fruit. It's set to work miracles, and do I ever need one? The alchemists give us just enough to keep him going, but not enough to cure, and never what they promised. We can't rely on those crucible-kissing wizards. Please, don't make me beg. He needs this. Besides, for a fellow who raided the Black Rabbit Brotherhood's den and walked out in one piece, it'll be as easy as eating your weight in bumbaloni.
Please, the gold coin fruit is the only thing that helps. Are you there? Can you hear me?
Please. The gold coin fruit is the only thing that helps. Can you spare any? As a personal favor?
I really don't want to, chat. I really, really don't want to. But I will do it because doing them a favor now will allow me to avoid fighting them in the future. So, we'll do it.
We knew you were a true friend. And generous.
That's right. I liked you from the start, you know? Just had a feeling. If you felt otherwise, that wasn't me.
Ignore this one. When he gets excited or just feels happy, he gets chatty. But he really is grateful. We both are. On that note, I hate to borrow and run, but we have another request from the alchemist to take care of, so we will be staying behind. You'll need to go on without us, so I suppose this is farewell. I won't ever forget your kindness. Here, a small token, but it's a gift from the heart. Now go.
Very nice. Yeah, so I think, if I'm not mistaken, the job that they were referring to, that they were given by the alchemists, it seems like it might be the job where they go and kidnap Geppetto, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow. You need me? I was surprised when the bell rang. The Isle of Alchemists, you say? And monsters. This is a nightmare. I'm living my own nightmare. Puppets and alchemists, forget it. It is their secret island, a place hidden from the world. But even if we could find it, how to get there? What about... I don't know if it even works anymore. But one still requires fuel, needs must when the devil drives. There could still be a way, a dangerous but marvelous mode of transportation. But it won't work without a golden ergo. My research, well, Purcinella did a lot of the heavy lifting, has led me to believe you can find one deep within the barren swamp. It's also led me to believe it is guarded by actual monsters. So, I can't make this decision for you. It's up to you. No, I'm not going to tell you the details yet. Not until we have that golden ergo. It's just not worth getting our hopes up, compagno.
Okay, alright.
I never forget a friendly face. Now go.
Okay. On the tram we go, chat. You know, I think that the barren swamp area of the game, it is probably one of the largest areas to explore. And, you know, I don't particularly hate the barren swamp. You know, like, it's certainly not the worst area in the game, but I do feel like it does get a little bit exhausting to run around the barren swamp area. I feel like there's just way too much going on, and I wish that it was a lot shorter, a lot more, yeah, a lot more, like, manageable, right? Nicely done. Okay, okay. Very cool. So, chat, my lovely, beautiful chat. I think I'm gonna go ahead and end my stream here at this point. Because, you know, we could, if we wanted to, we could, you know, try to continue exploring Barren Swamp and, making progress, you know, getting to the next Stargazers, right? However, like I mentioned, Barren Swamp is a very large area of the game, right? And, couple reasons why I don't want to dive into the Barren Swamp immediately. Number one is that, you know, I kind of mentioned this at the beginning of today's stream. I do have a tiny little minor headache that I'm dealing with right now. And, you know, it's not horrible. It's not, you know, really, really bad. But it is still a little bit annoying to have to deal with it. And I think that, you know, continuing to stream, continuing to play video games is not really going to help the headache, right? The other reason why I'm going to stop here is because tomorrow I do have class. I have, you know, my school stuff that's going on. And I have a homework assignment that I have not even started on, which is due tomorrow by the beginning of my Japanese class. So I'm going to try to see, you know, whether I can get any of it done today and see if I can maybe finish it before the deadline. But yeah, I definitely need to do the homework. I need to get plenty of sleep as well, especially with this annoying headache bothering me. So yeah. The next day that I am scheduled to go live is going to be Friday, and that is, let me see here, Friday, May 30th. Yeah, so roughly about 4 days from now, 4 or 5 days from now, I will be going live again. I don't think that I will be able to go live earlier than Friday. I think that very likely, you know, throughout this week, I'm going to be pretty busy with school stuff and also with, you know, busy with IRL responsibilities, right? So, yeah, very likely I will see you guys on Friday is the next time that we will, you know, get to hang out again. yeah, I would love to go live earlier than that. I would love to find a day whenever I'm free and don't have school crap that's, you know, that's due soon. But yeah, we'll just say Friday for the time being. We will settle on Friday. So I'll see you guys on Friday for another Lies of P live stream. It's gonna be day 4 of our New Game Plus 2 journey, right? And we're gonna be exploring Baron Swamp. We are hopefully going to be killing the main boss of the area without dying 20,000 times. And then we will be going back to Hotel Krot afterwards, right? So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm very excited. In the meantime, I hope all of you out there have a great week ahead of you, right? Thankfully, this week, we basically have 4 days. We have Tuesday through Friday. But yeah, I hope to see you guys soon, and I hope you guys have a very, very smooth, easy week ahead of you with, you know, low stress, low anxiety, all the fun stuff. With that being said, let me try to find someone who is live right now that I can raid and send you guys over to. So let's go to Twitch. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to... Yeah, I'm going to use my handy dandy little extension for volume control. That way we don't get our ears blasted. Wow, he's still playing Baba's You. This is quite a late stream. Chat, I'm going to send you over to this streamer. There's actually, you know, a couple of streamers that I would love to send you over to today. However, the other choice, like the other top choice that I would have picked, we rated him yesterday. Good old Mr. Premier 2, aka Pete. So we rated him yesterday, and, you know, I don't want to continuously raid the same exact channel forever and ever and ever, right? I think that rating other really cool, amazing streamers on Twitch is, you know, a wonderful thing to do as well, showing love and support to other communities, right? In any case, chat, we are going to be rating Banjo the Uncle. I've talked about him a lot on my channel. He is an incredible streamer who basically focuses on doing Souls challenge runs for Dark Souls games, Elden Ring, Bloodborne, you know, sometimes Lies of P. Like, in the past, he's done Lies of P challenges. So he is like a Souls enjoyer and a Souls-like enjoyer, right? So we're going to be raiding over to him. We're going to be saying hello, showing him love and support. Let me go ahead, and I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do raid Banjo the Uncle. Perfect. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to... You know what? I should probably exit to the title screen so that the golden coin fruit does not continuously, like, respawn. Okay. Title screen. There we go. Alright, nice. Okay. And then, let me make sure that Banjo's not going to be ending stream soon. Oh, nice. Okay, so he's doing another puzzle level, so he's not ending stream immediately. Okay, great. Fantastic. So, chat, here's what we're gonna do. Let me grab our favorite little mascot here. Oh, he's so chunky. There we go. Hello there, buddy. How you doing? Chat, my lovely chat. It was a wonderful stream today. We fought Romeo. We beat Romeo. It took us a couple of tries, just because, you know, I made a lot of really, like, amateur, very rookie mistakes, because I was very greedy. You know, I wanted the fight to be over with, and so I made a lot of just, like, really dumb mistakes that should not have been made, but I think that the attempt where we eventually won, it was extremely, you know, well played, and I'm very happy about that attempt. So we beat Romeo. That was a fantastic win, and I'm glad I got to show you guys, you know, live on stream, basically the improvement, you know, the progress that we have made, because on base game, Romeo absolutely kicked our ass so hard. I think, like, you know, when I did the stream, when I, on base game, whenever or not base game, sorry, it was New Game Plus 1. That's right, New Game Plus 1. When I first encountered Romeo, right, I wanted to fight him without the use of any Spectre, and so I fought him solo. And on that very first stream where we fought him, we spent 6 hours dying to him over and over and over and over and over again, and it was just so discouraging, so, like, demoralizing, you know? And so to kind of get to showcase how much we have improved, compared to the beginning of New Game Plus 1, it's something that I'm very, very proud of, right? So we beat Romeo. We then went on to beat Victor, very first try. You know, Victor is and continues to be my #1 favorite boss in the entirety of Lies of P. I love his boss fight a lot, and I'm very happy that we were able to perform very well and not get completely obliterated when fighting Victor. So yeah, and the next stream that I do on Friday, I know for a fact that we will be fighting the Barren Swamp monster, right? The green monster of Barren Swamp, and we might, maybe, potentially be fighting the Carcass Puppet Master, right? The reused boss, right? But until that time, you know, I'm gonna have to say good night. I'm gonna say farewell, and I will see you guys soon. To all of you out there, whether you were watching the stream, you currently are watching the stream, or you will be watching the VOD in the future, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you a lot. As I said, I hope you guys have a wonderful day or night, wherever in the world that you live, and I hope you guys have a wonderful week ahead of you. Please, everyone out there, stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy, eat lots of yummy, delicious food, make sure you guys drink plenty of water, always, always, always stay hydrated. Bottom line, take care of yourselves. Stay comfy, stay cozy, and I will see you guys in about 4 days from now. Yeah, I'll see you guys then. Cool. Let's get this raid going, shall we? Let's do this. All right, I will swap over to the ending screen and start the outro song. All right, peace out, guys. Bye-bye. Good night. See you later. Bye.